Hello everyone friends, welcome to my channel and video. Today I will show you the French defense and I think you will like it. If you are ready, let's get started. Okay. E4, E6. The French defense. D4, D5. And okay, E4, E6, D4, D5 and E5. One of the most common moves by white. They push the pawn, refusing to give up the center and also making two supported pawns. Let's get started the attack. Play C5, challenging the pawn and planning to destroy the center.
Wow!
If they take, we get development for free. C3, another common move by white. They really don't want to lose their pawns. Play the highlighted move, adding another attacker on the D pawn. Queen B6. Chip attacking knight C6. Look at how many pieces are attacking the pawn. A3. They weakened to the B3 square and made an outpost for our knight. Our plan: push the C pawn and then we can go knight A5 and then to B3. C4. Knight A5, preparing to go knight B3. Knight A5. Okay, so change of plans. If we put our knight on B3 right now, white will just trade knights and ruin our pawn structure, giving them space advantage in the center. So instead, let's develop our set bishop to D7, who is stuck. See how white's stuck bishop is stuck, and white can't move the knight away because then our knight could get a cozy outpost. It is with how paralyzed they are here right now. Okay, E4, E6, D4, D5, E5 and C5. This is really an interesting move by white as it gives away the central pawn for our C pawn. Sounds like a good trade to me. Let's take. And a knight take, knight to E7, so we can play F5 in the future. The other knight and unpin the knight. Well done, we have almost finished development and have two central pawns to white's one. Okay, next capture. E4, remember? E6, D4 and D5. E5, C5, some plans, and then knight C6. Bishop E2, and let's clean up a little bit of tension in the center, so let's trade these pawns. Take and take. Now we need another attacker on the D4 pawn. We need two moves to accomplish this. Can you find move? Yes, knight E7. You found the right combination. This move helps us to get our knight to F5 next move and add another attacker on the D4 pawn. Short castle and a knight F5, adding another attacker on the pawn. We are going to win that pawn. 3 attackers, 2 defenders. They saved their D4 pawn and but now who will save the B2 pawn? Queen takes B2. We need to get our king to safety. Bishop E7. And good job. We also won a free pawn. Wow! Next, capture. Now your turn to remember. E4, E6, D4, D5, E5 and C5. C3, Queen B6, Knight F3, Knight C6, Bishop E2, and take, Knight E7, short castle, Knight F5 and Knight C3. After working all day on getting attackers, he finally wins that pawn. Knight takes D4. Knight takes D4, let's trade queens. Queen takes, and very nice, totally winning for you. E4, E6, D4, D5, and C5, C3, Queen B6, and Bishop D3. Capture, develop the bishop. Finally, a free pawn. Knight takes D4, Queen takes, and a Knight C3. White trying to focus, so let's play E6 to prevent it. We are up a free pawn in a completely winning position. Good job. Next capture. E4, E6. E4, E6, D4, D5, and Knight C3 is advanced variation. What will you play in this position? Knight F6, Bishop G5 and Bishop B4, E5 and counter attack, H6, take, White takes our knight, we take his bishop, take, let's stop formation and play rook G6, G8. White is planning something. We can take the pawn, but let's develop our queen to F6 in case White does something sneaky. Okay? Well done. We have a win rate. Also, we're winning that free pawn. Next capture. Okay. The classical variation, main line. We talked about this E6, D4, D5, and a Knight C3. We have entered the main line of the French defense, also known as the classical variation. Here, the best move is to develop our knight. Bishop G5, Bishop B4. Most common move by White. White pins use, we pin White. Bishop B4, pinning the knight, king. E5, White is taking advantage of the pin and is attacking our knight. This is fine, as there is a saying, if you can't defend, just counterattack. That's exactly what we are gonna use. H6, Bishop H4, cheap attacking. G5. Well done. Once White moves their bishop, we can bring our knight to safety. If they take the knight, just take the bishop. We exhausted the position. At next capture. E4, E6, D4, D5, and Knight C3, Knight F6, E5, and they choose to push the pawn. Let's retreat our knight to D7. Now my favorite part of every opening, destroying the center, C5. They are attacking the queen. To be honest, this actually helps you to add another attack on the pawn. Queen B6. Next move, we can exchange pawns and get our king to safety. Also, black is winning. And okay, next capture. E4, E6, D4, D5, knight C3, knight F6, E5 and knight D7. F4. White center is way too strong. Let's destroy it. Pawn C5. Knight F3. Let's develop our knight, adding even more pressure in the center. Exchange the pawns. Bishop C5. Short castle. Both sides played perfectly. We are doing fine. Next capture. E4, E6, D4, D5, knight C3, knight F6, bishop G5 and bishop B4, E5, H6 and bishop D2. Okay, so we want to plant our knight on E4, but white's knight is protecting it. So let's take the knight first. Take and take. Let's do according to our plan. Knight E4. Bishop D3 takes the bishop. Last thing, let's undermine white's center. Play C5. Well done. Both sides played 100 accuracy. Okay, next capture. E4, E6, D4, D5, knight C3, knight F6, bishop G5, bishop B4, and E5, H6, bishop D2, take, and the b takes C3, knight E4. Save the pawn. G6, bishop D3, and take the bishop. Destroy the center. We are fine here. Okay, exchange variation D4, D5 and take. We have entered the exchange variation. Let's take the pawn back. Here I will say 3 words and you guys will follow it. Be a copycat. Knight F3, copy. Knight F6, bishop D3, copy. Bishop D6, copy, and copy. Good luck winning in this symmetric position. Okay. E4, E6, D4, D5, and take. Knight F3, knight F6, bishop D3, bishop D6, short castle, C3, pin the knight, bishop G4. Nothing special, did win. Next capture, Tarrasch variation. E4, E6, D4, D5, and knight D2. An inaccuracy by white as it levels tension in the center. Let's destroy the center. C5, C3, and let's take. Takes again. Let's check the king bishop with bishop B4. Bishop D2, a blunder. They forgot that the queen was the only piece protecting their central pawn. Well, that's sad, but not for use. Take the free pawn. Queen D4. Queen A4, knight C6 is a great move that blocks the check while also protecting the bishop. Well done! We are up a pawn and also saying hi to the white knight. Next capture. E4, E6, D4, D5, knight D2, c5, capture with the queen. Oh, a free pawn. C takes d4, bishop c4 and queen d6. Short castle and chip developing. Knight b3 again. Knight d4. There was no way to save that pawn anyway. Let's just trade knights. Take and take. Keep going. Bishop b7. We are doing good here. Next move we can castle and get our king to safety. And okay, next capture. And so friends, this is our video for today. After this, you can defeat all your friends with the French defense. Thank you for watching. See you in the next videos. Bye bye.